Alright guys, I finished Revelations yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to be done. So, and looking for another book to read, um, still in the Bible, obviously just another book in the Bible, I found myself in Proverbs. I think that I wouldn't say that it is the greatest book, but as far as like reminding me of the things that I need to do and how I need to go about doing them, and really it's just a book of wisdom. And so before I read, because I read out of the a study Bible, so it gives me fantastic explanations as far as how I go from book to book to book, and sometimes even chapter to chapter. Really the expectations and kind of background story of what the book or that chapter is about. And so I love that. So I'm going to read this part, and then I'm going to read Proverbs chapter 1. So the introduction to this is wisdom for young people. And this is basically chapters 1 through 9. Proverbs begins with a clear statement of its purpose: to impart wisdom for godly living. The first few chapters are Solomon's fatherly advice to young people. Although most of the material in this section is directed toward young people, all who seek wisdom will greatly benefit from these wise words. This is where one can discover the source of wisdom, the value of wisdom, and the benefits of wisdom. And I find it hard to not want to have more wisdom in my life. And so, even in conversation and passing that I have with people, any wisdom that I can get from somebody else or that I can share with somebody else is always a blessing to all parties. So I'm going to be sharing some wisdom here, reading Proverbs for the next hot minute. There's a lot of chapters in Proverbs. So here we go. This is going to be Proverbs chapter 1. The purpose of Proverbs. These are the Proverbs of Solomon, David's son, king of Israel. Their purpose is to teach people wisdom and discipline, to help them understand the insights of the wise. Their purpose is to teach people to live disciplined and successful lives, to help them do what is right, just, and fair. These proverbs will give insight to the simple, knowledge, and discernment to the young. Let the wise listen to these proverbs and become even wiser. Let those with understanding receive guidance by exploring the meaning in these proverbs and parables, the words of the wise and their riddles. For the fear of the Lord is the foundation of true knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. A father's exhortation: acquire wisdom. My child, listen when your father corrects you. Don't neglect your mother's instruction. What you learn from them will crown you with grace and be a chain of honor around your neck. My child, if sinners entice you, turn your back on them. They may say, "Come and join us. Let's hide and kill someone. Just for fun, let's ambush the innocent. Let's swallow them alive like the grave. Let's swallow them whole like those who go down to the pit of death. Think of the great things we'll get. We'll fill our houses with all the stuff we take. Come, throw in your lot with us. We'll all share the loot." My child, don't go along with them. Stay far away from their paths. They rush to commit evil deeds. They hurry to commit murder. If a bird sees a trap being set, it knows to stay away. But these people set an ambush for themselves. They are trying to get themselves killed. Such is the fate of all who are greedy for money. It robs them of life. Wisdom shouts in the streets. Wisdom shouts in the streets. She cries out in the public square. She calls to the crowds along the main street, to those gathered in front of the city gate. How long, you simpletons, will you insist on being simple-minded? How long will you mockers relish your mocking? How long will you fools hate knowledge? Come and listen to my counsel. I'll share my heart with you and make you wise. I called you so often, but you wouldn't come. I reached out to you, but you paid no attention. You ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered. So I will laugh when you are in trouble. I will mock you when disaster overtakes you, when calamity overtakes you like a storm. When disaster engulfs you like a cyclone, and anguish and distress overwhelm you. When they cry for help, I will not answer. Though they anxiously search for me, they will not find me, for they hated knowledge and chose not to fear the Lord. They rejected my advice and paid no attention when I corrected them. Therefore they must eat the bitter fruit of living their own way, choking on their own schemes. For simpletons turn away from me to death. Fools are destroyed by their own complacency. But all who listen to me will live in peace, untroubled by fear of harm. I love that. I love just the wisdom that the Bible just shares with you. And I think in order to get the best context, knowledge of front to back of the book, page to page, I think really just gives better insight as far as the love story that this book really is. But even with my, I'd say, just bare bones knowledge of the Bible, I love it. There's so many different connections to every single passage, and just the love story that it has. I want to see if I want to go back. Let's see. Right here. The purpose of this book is to teach people to live disciplined and successful lives, to help them do what is right, just, and fair. These proverbs will give insight to the simple, knowledge and discernment to the young. Let the wise listen to these proverbs and become even wiser. Let those with understanding receive guidance. So this is just, it's a how-to guide. And so I think that Proverbs is just a fantastic blessing. I think it's a great thing to accompany the blessings that are already on the way from reading Revelations. I want to be able to harness His Word better. I know that He instilled His Word and His will from our inception. It's already been there. And our pursuit of Him helps bring that out. And really all I'm trying to say is I want to bring that out. If anyone happens to come along with me on that journey, that's great. If not, that's all right. I got Jesus with me. That's all I need for this journey. I want to take more people with me, but if they don't want to come, that's okay. I hope you guys have a great night. I love you. Jesus loves you. And it looks like we're going to be in Proverbs for a while, guys. So have a great night, and I'll talk to you later.